Ave.
Ave!
We are inspired. The others, all the others, are not inspired. They move, act from day to day, from week to week, but nobody in the political spectrum in Malta is inspired. From the lunatic left to the fossilized right, nobody is inspired. A few examples. Metsola is not inspired. Lately she said she moves on the shoulders of giants. She means on the shoulders of pygmies. RCC and the Jesuits, those are the ones who formed her years ago. Those are her giants. She is now a glorified bureaucrat.
Bravo.
Her mask of deceit fell after the first day when she had to speak about abortion. Why? Because those who put her there demanded that she makes a statement. The day after she was elected, just to show her who's boss, because that's what they do. They first give you something, and then they wipe the sole of their boots on your face. They made her speak on abortion the next day, not 3 months later, and then gradually introduce the subject by stealth. No, the next day, Shylock demands his pound of flesh now! And you had to obey. And she had to obey because they put her there. Prodi was very candid about it about 2 months ago. He said all decisions in Brussels are not taken in Brussels, but altrove. Iġifieri oltremar, iġifieri across the Atlantic, iġifieri the USA. That's where all decisions in Brussels are taken. And so, they put her there. And she's now their slave for the rest of her life. She swooned in admiration during a dinner, and she sat in front of Zuckerberg. And she said, isma inkun fuq il-mejda qudiem ta' inħallet Madonna. Qudiem dal-ikbar ġurdin ta' dranaċ fid-dinja l-udija. Da li rrid jiċċensura l-umanità. Google, Wikipedia, YouTube, Twitter, Amazon, kollox iċċensurat. Unħallet qudiem. Illum tfittex dokument storiku, a historical document, or a documentary. This has been deleted because it goes against our policy. Zuckerberg, unħallet qudiem dil-faċċola. Qed tifhem? Oh, mark my words, mark my words, politically speaking, she will end up badly. Kull min imiss magħhom dan nies will end up badly. You only have to ask the Clintons, or Prince Andrew, or Trump, li ton kollox, he increased their aid of $4 billion a year, moved American embassy to Jerusalem. They had been moaning about it for years. He gave them that, and they betrayed him. This is what they do, it's their nature. And during the election, the American president was banned from all media, CNN, CBS, MS, whatever they are, Washington Post. Would you believe it? Il-President tal-Amerika waqt elezzjoni barred from the media. Dak li ħa Trump. And then lately he said, the Jews have been very ungrateful to me. Użoċ, how naive can you be? Possibly mandunajċ, illi they will stab you in the back like they did throughout their history. They betrayed Toledo under siege to the Arabs. They betrayed Constantinople to the Ottomans. Their history is one of betrayal. How naive Trump was when he could have turned out the army and got them all on Capitol Hill and massacred the lot, including Republican turncoats like Mitchell and Spence. They deserve to be shot, but he didn't do it. He remained in his car, bulletproof car. Why? Because he was not inspired. That's why. So that's Metzola, etc. Then there's Gaza. Gaza is the best of the lot. He's the best. He tries to elevate himself with some sort of pan-European stance, but he's not quite there. But he's the best. I grant him that. And stupidly, he sponsored her. Kulħadd raħ ir-ritratt ta' Gaza jannaqa, ara x'sakrifiċċju għamel biex għannaq mara dak. Ma għall-politika tagħmel kull sakrifiċċju. So there is Gaza. He is the best, I grant him that. Umbatin għanna naħal Dr. Alfred Sant, an erudite man, ara kollox da, jikteb artiklu jotnej kull ġimgħa The Independent, artikolu maqsum fi tlieta, ġifieri tliet suġġetti. He hammers them out, it's unbelievable. What an intellectual reach. But he flits from one subject to the other. He reacts. His is a bricolage of disjointed ideas. He has no overall encompassing vision. And he will never have a vision. He will never have an all-encompassing philosophy, political philosophy. Not in 100 years, Dr. Alfred Sant will never be inspired con quella mente, Boldietus Corvini. U mbagħad għandna l-ieħor dak li l-ġaħan Laborist kif iddefinihom xi ħadd bagħad Brussell biex jirrappreżentawna dak hemm x'ismu Alex. U ddaħħal his name Alex. Ejwa dak, it-tifel tar-raħal. Dak tela l-Europa biex itina dritt nitfu l-mobiles ostra sa jsalva l-razza bajda u ċiviltà Ewropea biha dik. U mhux hekk biss. Irid jilagħba above the lines, above party lines. Ibbekkjaw il-faċċola, ibbekkjaw. Speċi rid jilagħba ta' statesman, it-tifel tar-raħal. And none of those millions in the pigsty, l-ebda wieħed minnhom fil-maqjer tal-belt mu inspired or has a vision. Watch them blabbering away every day, jikxfu solm xurxin, mbagħad jiskru fil-bar fl-imkien u jaqsmu l-kek minn fuq dar il-poplu fl-imkien. Not one of them is inspired. None of them is. Mbagħad għandna iż-żewġ leaders tal-partit il-kbar. Għandna l-Prim Ministru bla viżjoni ta' xejn. Pero to be fair, because we of Imperium Europa are very fair aħna. We're very fair, we've always been fair. Kif triduh dal-povru Prim Ministru ikollu viżjoni meta jtisuq il-fire engine jitfinnar kull kantoniera, skandlu kull-jum, Kif tista' jkollhom viżjoni? Meta ndawwar dawk in-nies affamati mejtin bil-ġuħ, soċjalisti squallidi, jisirqu, jobbormu, jissolħu l-miljoni u qattmu biżżejjed. Għajdu li xi tridu jagħmel tal-Prim Ministru. Jibda jkeċċi il-korrotti ta' madwaru. Jispiċċa waħdu il-Prim Ministru u l-Purtinar bil-mod polislu. Mbagħad għandna l-ieħor il-Ġiżwit Ammezza, il-leader tal-ipokriti Kristjani, tal-qabar ta' Kristu għajja biex nifhmu. Dak jumter kull ġimgħa. Iċ-champion tal-Lutherans dak. Minu favur l-abort m'għandux postu fil-Partit Nazzjonalista. Ma nix nambuħ. L-għada, ikwa l-għada Madonna. Laqqas stenna ġimgħa. Dawk favur l-abort jistaw jkunu fil-partit u jistaw joħorġu għall-elezzjoni. Imbasta ma jitkellmux. Imqarsa l-elezzjoni, titkellmux. U mbagħad wara l-elezzjoni għajt Madonna ekku. Nerġaw nitqu bieħ l-ġaħamati. Kif dejjem għamilna kull 5 snin. U dak jinsamba tibżax, dawk malajr jinsew il-mungli. Issa, un po' di attenzjoni. Issa minn issa l-qudiem, sa nitkellem bil-Malti interament biex anki l-ġaħam Malti jifimna għax dan li sanajt huwa ta' importanza vitali għal ġejjieni politiku ta' Malta. Jiġifieri rrid l-attenzjoni dovuta. Għadna sal-lum ma nafux meta sasseħ l-elezzjoni ġenerali. Għadna sissa l-ħin kollu nispekulaw dwar il-ġurnata. U din tista' tkun elezzjoni li qatt ma rajna bħala u li tibdel l-istorja ta' Malta u tal-partiti politiċi għal dejjem. Għaliex, x'tagħmilha daqshekk importanti din l-elezzjoni? Tinsewx illi sa senilu kienu ċerti li kienet sa tkun bikrija, elezzjoni bikrija. Immissa għadna ma nafux hekk il-Prim Ministru sajġebbet sal-aħħar ma nafux. X'inhuma l-affarijiet li qed iseħħu wara l-kwinti? Mhux għax jinteressani mill-elezzjoni ġenerali ta' petty local politics, elezzjonijiet fejn tara ministri jittalbu lill-kostituenti tagħhom biex forsi jagħmluhom bozza fit-triq, jew jwessawlhom il-bankina, jew jagħtu ġob lit-tifel għassa ma xilha trejna. Nirrepeti, jien u Imperium Europa were not interested in the general election. We tried before, once, twice, 3 times. Inutili. Inutili. Ma jinteressanix aħna tal-livell tal-politika, għal-livell più basso. Aħna sa nikkontestaw biss l-elezzjonijiet tal-MEP. Mbagħad nispjega għaliex. Lura għall-mistoqsija kruċjali dwar l-inċertezza li hawn fil-pajjiż dwar id-data tal-elezzjoni. Tinsewx li kellna u għatalna gvern li qatel ir-ruħ ta' Malta. Qatilha minn kull aspett ambjentali, kemm dak rurali tal-kampanja kif ukoll urbanistiku, l-bliet u l-irħula. Biex niftehmu, dan is-sfreġju beda fi żmien Porċolivier fis-67 bil-boom. To be fair, they started it. And the others, of course, what you can do, we can do better. Mela, għatel l-ambjent, għatel il-ruħ soċjali, għaliex lil-Malti ġabu tal-lat tas-Sinjur biex jaqla l-ħobza ta' kuljum il-povru Malti. U dan minn gvern li suppost immexxi minn partit tal-ħaddiema u taż-żgħir. Qatel il-kultura tax-xogħol għaliex xi darba kellna gżira bbażata fuq ix-xogħol, fuq il-manifattura, is-snajja, l-artiġġanat, it-turiżmu, offrut lill-turisti ta' kwalità. Għamel hekk għaliex ġabna l-karretta taż-żibel tad-dinja minħabba il-money laundering u betting la raża Malta spiċċat il-kalamita tad-dittaturi u tal-mafja li jiġu għaw jirriċiklaw il-flus u magħhom tiskanta. Gawdew ħafna avukati u accountants nazzjonalisti li qatt m'għamlu daqshekk flus bħalissa, daqsissa. Issa simgħu xejn. Imbasta għadna niftaħru li għandna għaqda nazzjonali issa għaliex Roberta Metsola saret speaker tal-Parlament Ewropew bħal Kalċidona Ġus jew Anġlu Xwier, Anġlu Farrugia. Il-partit il-kbar ferħanin sa jtiru b'Metsola tnejn li huma għaliex minn hemmhekk hi tista' taqbes għall-Financial Services ta' Malta. Ħalli d-daqqa tal-harmonization ma tmissniex. Bekk huma jkomplu jitħanżlu u jiffangaw. Xi żball għamlu? Xi żball qed tagħmlu? Din Metsola sa tkun l-ewwel waħda li tiġħadkom fl-Ewropa. Sa tagħmel hekk biex tieħu dak li kien xtaq jilħaq Joseph Muscat. Dan kien rrid il-post ta' Donald Tusk. Jew saħansitra anki ta' Jean-Claude Juncker. Dak is-sakranazz rimbambito min jiftakru, Joseph ħaseb li sa jaħdilhom posthom il-tnejn. Tinsewx, meta Joseph irtira mill-politika u kien qed jissemma li jkun is-suċċessu ta' Juncker. Imma rralu, Joseph Muscat kien tant sfortunat jew iċ-ċirkustanzi li sapruħu fihom jew l-iżbalji kolossali li wettaq u baqalat. Żbalji kolossali when he took the Jewish way, ir-rejba għal-flus. Kulħadd jiftakar kif tela wara jumej kera l-karrozza tiegħu Madonna l-gvern tiegħu stess. Ara dak xejn. U Prim Ministru ma jgħidlekx israq u bażwar u waħxi. No. He influences by his actions. That's what the Prime Minister does. Allura meta il-ġaħan jara l-Prim Ministru jikri l-karrozza €8,000 jew ma nafx bla dekor, bla pride għal-pożizzjoni ta' Prim Ministru, bla etika. Għajdlek jiena mill-intella kamra xwejha u billi ma nħallas sittan. He gave the direction. He took the Jewish way. Ir-rejba l-flus u wara x'ġaral. Però Metsola, and by the way, the Prime Minister now, Joseph Muscat, is in serious trouble, Lasqi ta' marrat. He's in serious trouble. Għax meta marru l-pulizija dar tiegħu perkwisizzjoni. Sabu l-prova li kienu qed ifittxu, sabuha qiegħda f'idejhom. Sabulu li masqa. Kifhem? Allura, però Metsola labet il-karti tagħha tajjeb ħafna with guile and cunning of a woman. Irrikbet il-karru ta' Defni wara il-qtil tagħha ħaditha kontra Joseph b'saħħa u bekk issa qiegħda hemm fl-Ewropa tistenna li i tkun flok Juncker, mhux Joseph. Allura tistaqsu. Joseph Muscat, Prime Minister Joseph Muscat, because the title remains for the rest of his life. Prime Minister, he was a Prime Minister Joseph, that's how I can address him. Allora tistaqsu, Prime Minister Joseph Muscat, m'għandux raġuni kett u li suppost huwa l-Invictus u jaf li n-nies iriduh bis-saħħa. Jien nintaqa' ma' laboristi kull jum over a coffee in the morning, just up the road. U nistaqsihom, allura Bertu, int kieku jkollu jarġa' joħroġ Joseph Muscat ivvutalu, ejwa, with conviction jgħiduha. The grassroots are with him. 9 out of 10 tal-Laboristi would vote him in again. That's the reality of it all. Prime Minister Joseph Muscat għandu l-grassroots miegħu. Taħsbu intom li Joseph Muscat wara li għażel il-Robert Tabela għamlu nies, għamlu sinjur minn biċċa avukat tal-parafangu bħal missieru taħseb illi issa sajħad li ħilda jiddistakkaruħu minnu isu leprus u jrid jitfnu. Xisballadkom. Dan l-ex-Prim Ministru ta' Malta xtaq li jkun imniżżel fil-kodba tal-istorja tal-Partit Laburista bħala t-tieni Salvatur ta' Malta wara Dominiku Mintorf. U mhux se jħallihom għaddejja lix-xagħ. Dan bħal Perezza jagħmel u ngħiduha kif inhi. Żgur li se jibqa' jinsielet għal dak li jemmen fih. Hekk jagħti risposta sija lil min qed jipprova jitfnu kif ukoll dawk li jridu jixtuh il-ħabs. You are, excuse me. You are underestimating the political savvy, not to say the political genius of Joseph Muscat, the great communicator. Ħadd fil-istorja tal-politika ta' Malta ma kellna politiku with the communicating skills of Prime Minister Joseph Muscat. Żgur li Joseph Muscat sa jmur kontra l-kurrent bħal Manuel Demek u ftit oħra. Joseph jista' verament jibqa' mfakkar bħala Salvatur ta' Malta. Għaliex? Of course, Prime Minister Joseph Muscat will contest the general election. Of course he will. He would be a fool not to grasp the nettle, the opportunity, and not only him, but also his wife, Michelle, who proved herself lately to be very clever when she was cornered at some charitable, in this carità, when she was cornered by a pesky journalist, u għalla jdidna xaħġa fuq il-perkwizizjoni ta' da. Għal-isma jenna Joseph da jena Michelle, imma jdidna he kept pestering her, and she fielded his questions with such ease and always with a smile on her face. Excellent, actually, admirable. both Joseph Muscat and Michel could and should stand for the elections, and they will carry the party. Alish, he has remained an icon with the grassroots. Icona, Yaduraw, and it's been done before in history. I don't want to mention 10, 20 examples. Cincinnati's, after which the town Cincinnati in America is named. Cincinnatus was the best general in Rome, a senator, and he went off to his farm with the chickens and the cows and so on. They took off his toga, the senator, and his armor. When the Etruscans attacked Rome, they went to plead with him, come and save us, you're the only one. We'll give you stajkollu l-baqar, daqsa jkollhom il-friħa, da they prayed, and he went, and he thrashed the Etruscans. 12 years later, the Etruscans, who had a superiority complex over the Romans, because they were an older civilization, much more refined than the Romans, and they wanted to destroy Rome. They attacked again. Again they went. L-annimali. Insomma, reġa kisseru. Tant kienu grati that the Senate wanted to make him dictator for life. Għallhom xiex dictator, ma tarax, għandi t-tiġieġ bħalissa, dak il-bajt qed niġbor. So he went back. So it's been done before. To give a more recent example, eclatanti però dall'Argentina. He was exiled by the military and the whatnot. He was exiled for 20 years. He went to Madrid and he became a star, a figure in every restaurant, dancing the tango with that beautiful ballerina whom he met in Madrid, Evita, and he loved her. So for 20 years he kept dancing the tango there. L-Argentina tridu il-grassroots. Ejja salvana, spiċċajna, l-inflation. U fl-aħħar għal-amura għal-għomar. U l-aeroplan nizel, Buenos Aires, u minn hemmhekk mill-airport, helikopter, ġo l-ikbar pjazza ta' kien hemm 1 million people waiting for him, roaring their approval, their adulation. Ma għamil speech ta' 5 minuti sibuħu YouTube. After 20 years, because he had become an icon. And Joseph Muscat had only been exiled there 2 years. And he is very fresh in the minds of the Labour Party, the grassroots. And they want him back. Issa mbagħad jagħmlu l-istruttura tal-partit, daka kif jgħidu t-Taljani cazzi loro. Biex nikkonkludi, jiena bħala Norman Lowell imwiegħat minn hawnhekk lill-poplu Malti li ma rafx il-messaġġ tagħna 20 sen ilu illi jekk dal-poplu fl-aħħar itina l-fiduċja fl-elezzjonijiet Ewropej, hemmhekk dak il-Parlament imwassal dawk il-valuri li għamlu lil Malta kbira fl-istorja Ewropea. Valuri li ġew qabel ir-rejba għall-flus. Jiena mistieden kullum kien all over the world, I'm sorry, I'm invited. L-Amerika, ħafna stati invitawni. il-Russja, l-Ungerija, l-Ġermanja, l-Italja, l-Ingilterra, saċċilijen jestidnuni. We are respected the idea of Imperium Europa now. The Gina is out of the bottle and they can't put it back. Everybody, anybody who's in anybody, a prime mover in the white world, wants to hear us. They're waiting for us. Issa sta l-popolo. Only we are inspired. We've been inspired since 2002, when we were struck with cosmic truths. We are consistent and coherent. Why? Because unlike all the rest, we have a vision that will save our race, this biological aristocracy that gave the world everything. A vision that will save Europe. We will wrest power da questa Europa giudaica, din l-Europa ta' Kain, kif kien jgħidilha Mintoff, ma setax jiċċara l-kliem Mintoff. He couldn't, because we were before 2012. We were still in the age of Kali Yuga. But now, everybody has turned, has opened the eyes as to the hidden enemy, the world enemy, kulħadd. And they want us as leaders over there. L-aħħar konvenju li kont l-Italja, they all agreed, Norman Lowell should be the leader. Dak iż-żmien kien Goldish, you know. Norman Lowell should be the leader, because he's got the brand, Imperium Europa. We will save Europe, aħna iva. Malta will save this Europe. And by extension, we can then save Malta. Imma mill-Parlament ta' Malta, inutili. Only we understand the nature of the struggle. The survival of the white race. Only we understand that struggle. Possibly Malta. Mawx 1 in 10, that's all we need in the MBB. 1 in 10. Possibly dal-pajjiż mawx 1 in 10 li jibuna. Possibly mawx 1 in 10 li jridu jsalvaw il-luliedhom minn dal-futur tal-waħx li diġà qiegħed magħhom. That's all we need, 1 in 10. And we've done it. Yes, only we have a vision, a unifying idea, uniting all the right-wing patriotic forces all over the white world. We will be the regeneration of this dying Europe, a dying Europe in Naura. Min ġewwa. Van Leyen, now dik, Van Leyen, Van Leyen, dik. Il-raġel taħħa, direttur, ma' advisor, u wieħed korrispondi ma' chairman tal-advisor, għara triangularization, A blatant conflict of interest. Meta għalu latina għax we deleted them. Għara xej. L-Europa at the very top. Difdok, ma nafx min Juncker di. Għara kif nimnawra l-Europa il-flus jiġu qabel kollox. Din l-Europa ġudajka. And we will save Europe. Why? Because we are inspired And victory throughout history has always followed those who are inspired, no matter how meager the numbers. Caesar was inspired, but Pompey the general was not inspired. So Caesar thrashed him at the Battle of Dyrrhachium. You see, because he was inspired, had a vision of Roma, an imperium. Pompey was just a soldier. Jibbat uħlaw u jkisser il-pirati, jibbat uħlam jkisser il-tribu fil-Middle East. That's all. He was a good soldier, Pompey, don't get me wrong. But Caesar had a vision. Napoleon had a vision. Bniedem tab daqsek, ikraħ, Korsiku, daqqas bil-Franċiż ma jaf jitkellem sow, Franċiż pulit, u meta missieru dak il-ġakbin laqi ta' Franza, għax il-Korsikani, Korsika is not part of France, really. Parlano, i Korsi parlano il dialetto ligurese, Genova. U meta missieru batu l-ekole militer ġobba, kulħadd jitħabb bih, but he had a vision. He had a vision and he turned France into the greatest power. Però kien jaf il-bankiera, kien jaf l-għadu moħbi, u rrit jaqta l-interessi dawru d-dinja kontrieħ, għax missilhom dik. L-Ingilterra, il-Prussja, l-Awstrija, l-Italja, kollha kontrieħ, għax rrit jaqta l-użura, he had a vision, u kisruħ, u l-istess the hero in Germany. Beda moviment ta' 7 min-nies, fqir, jorqod barra, but he had a vision. And he turned Germany into a superpower in a few years. In 2 years, he found work for 6 million unemployed. The genius. But he had a vision. So history always follows those who have a vision, no matter how meager the numbers. And we have a vision. We are inspired by the idea of Imperium Europa. And so, inevitably, victory will come to us. Viva Malta, viva Gensna!